First of all nak cakap terima kasih dekat semua yang hadir ke kelas malam ni. So today kita akan buat satu perkongsian tentang basic technical analysis, dan nama saya adalah Huzaifah. Okay, so kita boleh mula sekarang. So ini adalah konten yang saya dah letakkan untuk malam ni, yang kita boleh put focus on. Okay, so ada banyak kalau kita cakap pasal TA, technical analysis, ada banyak perkara yang kita boleh cover, but for me untuk for a start, this is proper. Okay, these are the topic yang proper for you to start with. Okay, so antara yang kita akan cover adalah first of all chart, and then we are going to take a look at the candlestick anatomy. So kita faham bila kita tengok candlestick warna merah apa makna dia, dan kita tengok candlestick warna hijau apa makna dia. Okay, kita akan dive in, and then kita juga kena faham apa itu trend, and then macam mana dia akan memberi kita advantage untuk kita determine support dan resistance. And then lastly kita akan belajar macam nak buat alert. Okay, alert management. So berdasarkan tadi topik yang saya bagi tadi ni, this all of this should be your objective. Okay, so bila by the end of this training or sharing, kita boleh maybe question ourselves, kita boleh reflect sama ada apa yang kita tengok dekat skrin sekarang, kita faham tak, kita betul-betul boleh, for example the first one I put it here is, boleh tak kita understand line and candlestick chart, what are the difference. And then the next one is macam mana nak gunakan line and candlestick chart dekat dalam trading view. Okay, and then the next one is kita faham apa itu yang dimaksudkan dengan trend. Dan bila kita faham apa itu trend, in the trading view we will be able to know to use a basic tool, alright, to, for example kita nak draw a trend line. Okay, maybe kita nak tahu price range possibility yang akan naik untuk certain security, right? And then the next one kita ada support and understand support and resistance, apa itu support and resistance. And then kita bila kita dah faham, baru kita akan pergi ke trading view untuk put in practice. Macam mana kita nak draw support and resistance using trading view. Ini apa yang selalu Ahmad Aiman sharing every week, 2 kali seminggu kita ada sharing tentang technical analysis. Tapi kalau you pay close attention dekat dalam Aiman punya posting tu, dia sentiasa mention pasal support dan resistance. So today we are going to cover apa itu support and resistance. Okay, so and then the next is kita boleh set alert dekat trading view. Okay, let's go on the chart itself. So bila kita cakap pasal chart, they are commonly, kita akan ada dua jenis chart yang selalu digunakan. Alright, although nanti selepas ini kita akan pergi ke trading view, kita akan tengok sebenarnya ada lebih daripada dua chart yang exist in this world. Chart type kita cakap jenis-jenis type chart, tapi yang the rest I can pretty much tell you it's not so useful lah. Tak berapa, not so useful. Most of the time kita hanya guna dua je, line, right, this is a line chart. Okay, dan chart adalah basically a graphical representation of past price action. Okay, maksudnya perubahan harga, kita boleh begitu, perubahan harga, representation of a perubahan harga lah, historically. So that's all about chart. It only tell us, for example, kalau kita bayangkan ini adalah satu harga handphone, okay, contohnya pada April dia turun pada harga 1676, alright, dan mungkin pada Mei dia naik, okay, pada 1700, mungkin 1780, right. That's all. Dia hanya memberitahu kita pasal price action ni ataupun perubahan harga, alright, over time. Right, on the bottom kita ada nampak time, on the vertical side ini adalah harga lah. Okay, right. So bila kita cakap pasal chart, kita ada dua jenis. Okay, yang very commonly used. Macam saya cakap, yang selebihnya not so useful. Selalunya dua ni lah yang digunakan banyak ya. The first one we have a line chart. Okay, so yang saya tunjuk tadi adalah line chart. Basically line chart hanya connect every price point to uptime. So dia hanya menunjukkan perubahan harga berdasarkan masa lah, right? Tetapi the thing about line chart is selalunya kita tak akan dapat sufficient information. Dia hanya bagi sedikit saja maklumat, hanya harga saja. So itu sebablah instead of guna line chart, for a trader, orang yang biasa buat trading, dia akan guna candlestick, right, which is the second one. Fungsi dia adalah sama macam line chart, tapi candlestick selalunya akan bagi kita lagi banyak information, alright. Contohnya kita tahu harga dia pada 1 Januari adalah mungkin 1800. Okay, tapi dengan candlestick kita boleh tahu macam mana harga tu behave at 1 Jun. Okay, clear? Alright, so jom kita pergi trading view, right, untuk start use the chart. Okay, let's go. Okay, sekarang saya dah buka. So untuk yang siapa yang belum register, my suggestion is it's better for you to register lah. Lagi bagus. Sebab apa? Whatever change yang you buat, perubahan yang you buat dekat sini, you boleh save, and next time kalau you buka, you can just use the preset setting yang you dah buat. So you don't have to do it more than once. Okay, next time bila you buka, you dah ada all the things yang you gunakan. Okay, so untuk register, so sekarang ni kita akan pergi ke www.tradingview.com. So untuk semua yang belum buka lagi, boleh pergi ke browser and buka lah TradingView. Right. Dan untuk siapa yang belum register, again saya suggest untuk register dulu. Mungkin saya boleh bagi masa sekejap. Okay, dalam 5 ke 6 minit. Okay, boleh. Untuk siapa yang belum register lah. It is highly recommended that you register supaya dia memudahkan. Okay, kita akan beri ke kita akan bagi dalam 5 minit lah. Alright, so dah 9.20, so kita boleh teruskan lah. So semua boleh nampak skrin kan? Okay, saya teruskan . Alright, so bila you dah register, by right on top, ini adalah you punya ID lah. Alright, semua benda yang profile ke apa benda semua dekat atas ni. Right, this is the home page. For your information, some of you mungkin kalau malam kita kadang-kadang sakit mata kan, nak tengok skrin putih, so you tengok I punya skrin ni black, basically dark mode. So kita boleh buat juga dark mode. Kalau nak tukar ke dark mode, by default dia ada yang putih, tapi kalau nak tukar ke dark mode, just tekan dekat unit profile dekat atas ni, right, and then dark color theme tu you can enable. Okay, so untuk waktu malam mata tak berapa sakit lah. Alright. Okay, so sekarang ni kita boleh pergi buka chart untuk gold. Typically kita akan pakai nama ticker dia adalah XAU USD. Alright, so saya akan letak kat dalam chat supaya semua orang boleh tengok. XAU USD, and then you can press enter. Dia terus akan buka you dekat gold spot in US dollar. So ni adalah harga emas yang kita ada. Alright, ni kita boleh buang dulu, kita tak perlukan sekarang. Alright, kita boleh buang. Alright, so this is the view yang kita akan dapat lah. Okay, so berbalik-balik pada slide tadi, kita ada dua different chart kan. Kita ada line chart dan juga kita ada candlestick. Right, so kat mana dekat dalam TradingView ni yang kita boleh ubah kita punya chart type. Okay, kita boleh pergi dekat atas ni. Alright, sebelah D ni ada satu indication yang nampak macam candle. Kita boleh tekan dekat sini, kita boleh navigate between different chart yang kita nak lah. So kalau kita nak line, kita boleh tekan ke line. Okay, kalau kita nak candlestick, kita boleh pergi ke candle. Alright. So dekat dalam TradingView kita ada banyak a lot of features. Kita ada banyak feature. Tapi just know as a someone yang someone yang started, you do not need to know everything. Okay, kita hanya perlu tahu apa yang penting saja for us. Alright. Sebab kalau kita nak cover, there are so many things dekat you can do with TradingView. Tapi kita kena select the information yang kita nak tahu. Especially when we are beginners, we do not need to know all. Okay, and it is also not so effective when you are learning something new to understand everything now. Okay, alright. So again, back to this one. This is where you change the type of the candle. So the chart. Either candle or line, right? So macam saya cakap tadi, ada banyak jenis, tapi yang selebihnya selalunya kita it's not so useful lah. We don't use it at all. It's not you. We can say it's useless, right? And dan juga dekat atas ni kita boleh nampak ada satu symbol search. Basically dia bagi tahu kita what chart are we currently in, right? SAU USD is actually a ticker untuk gold. Right. What is a ticker? So back then, masa orang-orang zaman dulu buat stock market trading. Okay, stock market is not something new, dah lama dah. So zaman-zaman dulu orang terpaksa buat nama dia order. Right. So when they do order, they have to write a letter, kena tulis surat, dan dalam surat tu dia kena bagi tahu berapa banyak dia nak order untuk satu company, dia punya share, apa dia punya ticker. Okay, so ticker supposed to make it easy lah supaya orang tak buat silap. Sebab kalau dia tersilap, contohnya instead of writing APPL, kita write Apple, right? Tapi mungkin ada satu company dekat US yang naik lagi juga nama dia Apple tapi ejaan dia PEL. Who knows? Kita tak tahu kan. But there will be overlap of name of a company. Right? Tapi yang paling penting dengan ticker, dia akan kurangkan chance untuk kita salah lah. So when people say ticker, this is what they meant. Alright. Basically the short form of the name of the security. It could be a company, it could be a commodity, it could be a silver, whatever it is. Alright. So this is what we call a ticker. So right now kita dekat dalam gold lah. And a good thing about this ticker, for the first time tadi kita buka melalui homepage, kita kena search kan, right? A good thing is you juga instead of every time bila you buka chart TradingView, you nak kena search, you boleh letak juga dekat dalam watchlist. So dengan watchlist dia akan memudahkan you. Next time kalau you buka je TradingView, you can just navigate to all the different security yang you nak save, right? So in this case, you ada nampak on this panel kita ada satu on the top right ada watchlist and details. You nampak kat sini, and just click on it, right? You boleh nampak all the simbol yang I dah save. So I can just navigate it easily. Contohnya ke sini, right? So katakan ini SAU USD. Kalau you nak save ticker ni, okay, you boleh pergi dekat add symbol and then you boleh type SAU USD. Right, so in this case saya dah save, so I don't have to do it again. So for you, all of you, kalau nak save, you boleh taruh dekat sini lah. So there are so many ticker yang boleh save. So yang my recommendation is mungkin you boleh save untuk gold, which is XAU USD, and then mungkin you boleh save untuk harga minyak juga, oil, mungkin US dollar. Okay, sebab ini semuanya adalah harga yang berkait rapat dengan the price of commodity. So in case kalau you nak, you boleh isi juga situ, right? Okay, so jelas kita ada the chart type. Dan okay, bila kita bercakap pasal candlestick juga, setiap candlestick, setiap satu candlestick ni dia akan represent satu tempoh yang kita pilih. Contohnya kalau dekat dalam chart saya ni, candlestick ni setiap satu represent mewakili satu hari. Okay, macam mana saya tahu? So next to the chart type kita ada satu D, which is this button. You boleh change, so you boleh tukar how you want to represent your candlestick. Alright, sama ada nak dia mewakili 1 jam, alright, macam ni, mungkin 5 minit. Okay, selalunya 5 minit untuk orang yang buat very fast trading, dia akan pakailah ni, alright, ataupun kita boleh nak buat 1 week pun boleh. Okay, so bila kita tukar ni, maknanya setiap candlestick ni akan mewakili 1 minggu. Okay, but by default I like to put it 1 day. Okay, and on the watchlist side, kalau you tengok dekat bawah pun ada more information lah pasal the ticker. So the current price, yang di sini ada percentage adalah kadar perubahan dalam persen, ni kadar perubahan dalam dolar, compared to yesterday punya close. Alright, so kita balik pada kita punya PowerPoint. Let me just share back my screen. PowerPoint. Okay. So let's move to the next one. So the next one kita ada chart type. The first one yang saya sebutkan tadi adalah line. Okay, so with line kita boleh tengok semua pergerakan harga untuk particular time, untuk sesuatu tempoh. Okay, this is very straightforward and simple. Okay, dan kita ada candlestick. Alright, so macam saya cakap tadi, candlestick give us more information rather than just a line. So macam mana dia bagi kita banyak lagi information? So after this we are going to take a look by understanding what is the anatomy of the candlestick itself. Right? So bila kita cakap pasal candlestick, yang paling penting kita kena tahu hanya dia adalah representation of a price. Okay? Macam saya kata tadi, candlestick bagi kita banyak lagi informasi tentang perubahan harga as opposed to line chart. Okay? Tapi untuk satu candlestick, perkara yang penting yang kita kena tahu adalah 4 perkara yang saya tulis kat sini. So nombor 1 adalah open price, okay, and then close price, highest price and lowest price. Okay, so let's have a look on the visual. Okay, so you selalu nampak macam ni kan rupa dia. Okay, so this is actually what's going on with the candlestick itself. Okay, dia hanya adalah empat-empat ni adalah indikasi terhadap pergerakan harga pada sesuatu masa. So setiap candlestick ni dia mewakili masa yang kita tentukan. So tadi macam saya tunjukkan, kita boleh tukar the representation of the period for each candlestick menggunakan trading view. Okay, sama ada nak 1 hari ke, nak 1 jam ke, 1 minit, okay, pun boleh. Right, so let's have a look at the green one untuk kita betul-betul faham. Saya lukis. Draw. Okay, so sekarang ni saya akan lukis. So katakan tadi adalah Katakan candlestick ni mewakili satu hari lah. Alright. Dan garisan tegak yang saya draw ni adalah harga. Okay. Yang ni adalah time. Dan ni adalah harga. Okay. So for the green one, macam mana the behave is basically katakanlah ini 1 Januari 1 Januari. Maknanya untuk satu candlestick ni dia mewakili 1 Januari. So contoh pada 1 Januari, okay, harga certain security, or in this case kita boleh assume maybe company X, okay, buka pada harga mungkin 10, okay, $10 lah, okay, dan dia buka pada $10 pada 1 Januari, which is market selalunya kalau US dia akan buka jam 9 pagi, okay, itulah 9 pagi and then bila dia buka pada $10, right, dan dia disebabkan harga dia turun disebabkan terlalu banyak orang yang jual, okay, dia turun pada $9. Okay, so ini kita panggil lowest price, okay. Yang ni adalah harga buka dan juga ni harga yang paling rendah untuk 1 Januari. Okay, so kita boleh imagine benda ni sama seakan-akan auction lah, macam lelong, okay. Harga dibuka pada $10 dan juga dia turun serendah $9. Tapi disebabkan bila harga dia turun murah dan everyone thinks it's cheap, orang terus beli menyebabkan harga dia naik, right? Dia naik sampai ke, katakan sini adalah $13. Okay. Setelah dia naik, okay, orang pun jual, okay, sebab dia dah naik tinggi, orang jual sampai dia turun balik ke sini. Alright. Adalah katakanlah ini $12. Alright. So kita boleh conclude dekat sini harga pada 1 Januari adalah $12. Okay. Dan inilah apa yang line chart represents. Right. Dia hanya bagi tahu kita close price je. Dia tak bagi tahu kita open price, low price, yang harga yang paling murah untuk hari itu, harga dibuka berapa, harga yang paling tinggi berapa. Dia hanya bagi tahu kita close price. Maksudnya harga ditutup pada 1 Januari berapa. Alright. So as opposed to red candlestick, okay. So of course kalau dia benda yang kita boleh conclude dekat sini adalah bila dia close, harga dia tutup, harga dia close lebih tinggi daripada harga dia open, dekat sini candlestick dia akan jadi green. Okay. Right. Or sometimes orang prefer dia sebagai bullish, bull tu. Right. And the other one, the red candlestick, okay, dia punya it behave oppositely of the green candlestick, right? So bila kita nampak merah, selalunya dekat atas ni adalah indikasi harga dia buka. Katakanlah dia buka pada $12. Right, $12. Harga pada mungkin 1 Januari jugalah. Okey. Dan dia disebabkan ramai orang yang beli, harga dia naik setinggi katakan $13. Okay. Tapi disebabkan harga dia sudah tinggi dan semua orang jual, okay. So sekarang ni the seller is dominating, okay. Orang yang jual yang tengah mendominasi, okay. Disebabkan terlalu banyak jual, dia turun sampai ke $9. Alright, S9. Okay. So setelah dia turun $9, orang pula tengok murah dan orang terus beli. Tapi tak dapat melawan penjual. Pembeli tak dapat jawab penjual. So dia close pada $10. Right, so jadi kita boleh cakap pada 1 Januari harga certain security close at $10. Alright. So dekat situ yang kita boleh conclude beza antara the green candlestick dan the red candlestick adalah harga yang ditutup. Okay. So untuk green saya summarize, jika dia close tinggi daripada harga yang dia open, the candlestick will become green. Kita kata bullish lah. Right. This candle is bullish. Maksudnya buyer tengah dominate, okay, tengah menguasai market. Right. Kalau dia berwarna merah, okay, maknanya harga dibuka, harga ditutup lebih rendah daripada harga yang dibuka. So contohnya kat sini $12 dibuka, turun sampai $10. So dekat sini kita boleh conclude yang seller lebih banyak orang jual daripada orang beli. Jelas Okay, so saya boleh delete lah balik. Okay. So sebelum kita bergerak to the next one, kita boleh try go back to the trading view. Okay. Kita pergi ke trading view. Kita tengok balik. Okay, so boleh nampak So kalau kita tengok dekat sini, ada beberapa significant changes in the price Ada perubahan yang ketara pada harga emas. Okay. So kalau kita tengok dekat sini pada 3 Jun, kalau you hover around your mouse dekat yang this one on 3rd of June, okay, pada 3 Jun harga turun banyak juga Sekejap hampir 2%, 2.2. Okay. Harga turun sangat banyak. Okay. So for everything yang happen, okay, kita boleh tahu yang there is something happening to the market. Okay. Because at the end of the day, technical analysis, okay, dia memberitahu kita the psychology of the market. Okay. At the core of it is people wanted to know what is the price movement, and also is a belief that history will repeat itself. Okay, apa yang terjadi dia akan ulang balik. Alright, so in this case kita tengok pada 3 Jun dia turun banyak dan juga 3 Jun, okay, dan pada 4 Jun viral dekat dalam group WhatsApp kita, semua orang cakap pasal NFP, non-farm payroll. Okay, so 4 Jun adalah hari Jumaat, okay, 3 Jun adalah hari Khamis, okay, dan actually pada 4 Jun tu semua orang yang jual beli emas dekat dunia ni tahu yang US akan keluarkan dia punya non-farm payroll report. Okay, non-farm payroll report ni on a simpler terms adalah satu data yang diorang tengok untuk menentukan sama ada the economy is expanding ataupun contracting. Okay, sebab kalau ekonomi expand is good for US dollar, then US dollar will rise. So bila US dollar naik, maka harga emas pun akan turun. Okay, so there are certain things yang kita boleh tengok dekat sini lah. For example yang ni, alright, so of course there are many things yang happening, but just to tell you yang at least when you look at the chart, okay, there are some major things yang happen during this time yang menyebabkan harga dia fluctuate sampai 2%. Alright. Dan kena faham bila kita cakap pasal chart, selalunya orang especially gold, orang akan compare dengan the US dollar. Okay, so dekat dalam trading view kita pun boleh buat comparison dengan US dollar, dan saya boleh buktikan yang US dollar dan juga emas is inversely correlated. Alright, so bila US dollar naik, emas akan turun. Bila US dollar turun, emas akan naik. So macam mana kita nak buat comparison tu? Ada satu button dekat sebelah chart type tu, kita boleh tekan, which is plus, compare or add symbol. Okay. Sekejap Okay, so untuk kita buka US dollar, kita boleh tekan DXY. Okay, US dollar currency index. Dan kita boleh tengok kat situ lah. Okay, so bukanlah kita nak kata all the times candlestick ni the best. Okay, for example, if you want to overview, look at the overview, so you boleh compare the orange one yang kita dah select tadi, automatically ini adalah US dollar DXY, ticker dia, compared to kita punya goal, right? So you can also change your goal to line supaya easy to see. So nampak tak? You see ada inverse correlation. So jika ada naik, dia punya setiap naik turun, dia akan berbeza dengan emas. So bila dia naik, emas akan turun. Bila dia turun, emas akan naik. Right, so this is some of the thing yang you boleh do further study if you want. Alright. So sekarang ni kalau you nak close balik, you boleh pergi dekat atas ni, and then you boleh tekan pangkah. Alright. Okay, so jom kita pergi balik kat kita punya slide untuk continue further. So sekarang kita at least kita dah faham sikit the anatomy of candlestick. So let's move on to the trend pula. Okay, so kita kena faham in any security, be it either silver ke, copper ke, gold ke, ataupun company Apple, Coca-Cola ke, usually they will move in a trend. Right, selalunya orang cakap trend. Oh, sebelum tu boleh nampak saya punya screen? Boleh siapa-siapa bagi update, boleh nampak screen
Boleh nampak.
Alright. Okay, so bila kita cakap pasal trend, kita ada 3 jenis trend. Okay, so what is the trend? In a simpler term, trend ni adalah direction. Okay, direction of certain security lah. Dan juga salah satu prinsipal dia adalah selalunya kalau orang selalu buat trading, diorang akan tahu yang kita cakap price always move in trend. Okay, harga tu sentiasa bergerak dengan in a trend. Okay, dan juga history tends to repeat itself. Sejarah selalunya berulang. Okay, so inilah the base of technical analysis. Okay, so it is very important, sangatlah penting untuk kita faham apa trend yang ada untuk particular security. Okay, so kalau kita break it down, kita ada 3 jenis trend. Kita ada uptrend, kita ada downtrend, dan juga kita ada sideway. Okay, so uptrend macam ni lah rupa dia. Okay, ini sideway, and then this is a downtrend. Okay, dan juga selalunya bila Aiman buat analisis every week, dia akan bagi sharingan, we are seeing uptrend or mungkin sideway trading. So inilah yang dimaksudkan sideway. Okay, maksudnya the candlestick is moving side to side, okay, as opposed to up or down. Okay, kalau uptrend dia bergerak ke atas lah. So you see every time you move up and then dia move dia buat sideway and then a bit up and then downtrend and then up again in retracement, sideway, up again. Right, so inilah 3 je, kita ada 3 jenis je type of trend, right, which is uptrend, sideway or downtrend. Tak ada lain selain ni. Okay, so itu yang kita kena faham. So bila biar saya tulis kat sini, so macam mana kita nak determine, right, there are certain things yang kita kena tahu. Mungkin you tak perlu tahu detail, but at least you know the overall idea. Macam mana kita nak tahu it is uptrend, sideway ataupun downtrend. Harga selalunya dia tak akan bergerak in a straight line. Okay, price doesn't always move in a straight line, dan dia sentiasa fluctuate. So you tengok ada fluctuation kat sini. Bila harga dia naik, okay, dia macam ni. Sorry dia naik, harga naik, and then the sideway naik sikit, turun, naik lagi, turun, naik sikit, turun. Okay, so it always fluctuate. It doesn't move like this. Okay, it doesn't move in a straight line. So itu the first law yang kita kena tahu. Okay, it doesn't move in a straight line. Alright, dia fluctuate. Maknanya dekat sini, bila setiap kali dia naik tinggi, right, dia juga sama ada dia akan terus naik ataupun dia akan turun, dan juga dia akan terus naik ataupun turun. So yang paling penting key takeaway yang kita boleh ambil, macam mana kita nak determine uptrend or downtrend is, kita tengok dekat dia punya low. Okay, so typically in the stock market they have this term called low and then this is high. Okay, so this is the, let me just draw for you so that it's easy. Alright, so this is the low, ini adalah low, harga low, this is the high, right? Katakanlah ni mungkin $10 $10. Mungkin ni adalah $5. Right? So kita ada high dan juga kita ada low. So the rule is when the low, and you look at the next one, as it goes to the next candlestick, it will always make a higher low. Okay, ni low juga tapi kita panggil higher. Okay, so ni adalah low, tapi as we move over time, apabila dia bergerak, dia akan bergerak higher, right? So dan ni term dia kita panggil higher low. HL So ni low. Alright, ini higher, so kita panggil dia higher low, HL Right, ni juga yang in the first one kita panggil high kan. Untuk the next chart kita ada higher juga. Okay, kat sini kita panggil higher juga. Tapi bila combination ni dengan ni kita panggil dia higher high, HH. Alright. So dia ada higher low dan juga higher high. Alright. So bila you nampak higher low dan higher high, then it is an uptrend. Clear? Ada yang jelas ke tak? Mungkin kita boleh tengok dalam chat. I'm afraid because this is going to be quite maybe boleh jadi complicated juga. So mungkin boleh type dekat dalam chat kalau jelas. Okay, thank you Dr. Nabil. Terus Nita Kamis, thank you Tamizi. Alright. Okay. So these are the rules of trend, uptrend Kita ada higher low, kita ada higher high. Alright. So let's look at the next one. Right, for downtrend. So kita try to draw dari sini dulu. Kita identify, so ni adalah low dan ni adalah high. Alright. Buat. Okay. Ni adalah low. Ni adalah high. Alright. And then let's look at the next candlestick. Okay, how it move. So as we move to the next one, okay, kita ada lower, dan kita ada high, and then we have a low kat sini. Alright. So kita boleh buat sign macam ni. Alright. So in this case, kalau kita tengok ni pula, the combination of these two, this is low, this is lower. So kita tulis LL, which is lower low. Alright. This is high. However, if you look at this side, it's lower, alright, lower than this high. So kita panggil LH, lower high. Alright. So bila you tengok ada lower low dan a series of lower high, then it is a downtrend. Okay, the trend is going down. Lastly, kita ada sideway. Okay, bila low and high at the same price, move at the same price, then we can consider that it is a sideway trading. So basically, there's no significant high, there's no significant low, right? So you just move within this frame. You see, move here, go down, up, down, and up again, up, right? And then suddenly it goes out from here, break out, All right. So jelas setakat ni semua. Okay, good, very good. So macam mana kita nak gunakan, kenapa pentingnya kita nak kena tahu uptrend ke, sideway ke, dan trend, dan macam mana kita nak gunakan ni as an advantage for us. Right? How are we going to use this as an advantage for us to really do technical analysis? Right? So let's go back to our trading view. Okay. Untuk first kita nak determine sama ada dia uptrend ataupun downtrend. Okay. Let's go. Alright, so this is the chart that I have in front of me. Right, kita first of all, you guys boleh tukar you punya chart type to candle, alright, and then boleh tukar ke 1 day. Okay. Alright. So if you guys want to scale, kalau you nak scale, kalau you nak scale balik you punya you punya chart, right? So you boleh pergi dekat bawah ni, right, on the horizontal line. Okay, you boleh tekan dan juga you boleh move. So dia akan scale dia punya time. Kalau you kecilkan you get more time lah daripada 2020. Kalau you besarkan you get less time tempo. Okay. But sometimes bila you gerakkan kan dia macam auto scaling kan. So some people find this annoying. So if you don't want this feature, you boleh tekan dekat sini, dekat setting, on the gear, ada gear dekat in between the vertical line and the horizontal line, ada gear, tekan dekat sini, then tekan auto. So bila you dah tekan auto, see, dia dah takkan buat scaling untuk you. You can do the scale by yourself freely. Alright. So kita ada scale kat sini dan juga you ada in school we used to call it part CY. Right. So the vertical line. So ini adalah untuk harga lah. So kalau you expand, you akan lagi nampak detail lah price, the price movement. Right. So tapi kita nak start focus on the since March to the June. Right. So in this case, kalau saya draw dekat sini, let me draw a bit. Ini. Okay. So the first one kita ada start daripada April. Okay, this area kita fokus right. What is this? It is up, down, or sideways? Obviously, right, we know that it is uptrend because from the look of it, it's very easy to tell. Okay, so again goes back to kita punya law tadi adalah uptrend, it must be a series of higher high and higher low. So kita ada low kat sini, low, and then kita ada high kat sini Alright. So as we move to the next one, this is the next low, right? It becomes higher. Right? Sama juga dekat sini. It goes there. It goes higher. So kita pun boleh check harga dia. So if I hover around, dekat sini harga dia around 1797 but the previous one was 1759. So they make a series of higher high and higher low. So we pretty much that this is an uptrend. All right. So then it goes to a question of macam mana kita nak gunakan this as an advantage. So sometimes people who do a trading, dia akan guna satu, we call it a trend line, alright? Kita akan gunakan line untuk bantu kita untuk nampak the uptrend dengan lagi senang. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce you to the tool. So kita akan try pakai few tool yang very simple so that you can do some drawing dekat dalam chart ni. Sekejap clear all. Alright. Okay, so on this on the screen on the interface, the trading view interface, you boleh navigate on this side, on your left, right? So this is all the toolbar yang you boleh gunakan. There are so many tools here, but we're not going to cover all because as I told you, as you begin to learn something, you do not need to learn everything, right? So you gotta be efficient, effective learner. Okay, so we just gonna learn whatever that help us to understand the core fundamental. In this case, technical analysis. So kita nak gunakan satu line untuk draw trend line, right? So if you hover on this left side, kita ada the second one called a trend line. Okay, so you boleh press kat situ. Okay, so you boleh press kat situ. So in this case, kita boleh tarik line daripada sini ke sini, alright? Okay, alright. So bila kita dah draw ni, the point of drawing, usually people who do trades, why is it important to have this is the psychology of a trader. Selalunya diorang percaya yang when the price move close to this line, kita panggil trend line, dia akan rebound. Maksudnya dia akan patah balik, dia akan tukar arah. Contohnya kita tengok pada katakan ni 29 April 29 April dia turun sampai dia kena line ni, almost hits the rebound. Dia start going up and up and up and then goes up, right? And then it goes down, but this time dia tak hit sampai the trend line, dia dah go up. Do you see the pattern? Right? So I'm going to introduce you to support and resistance after this, so that you really understand what is the significance of this trend line. Okay, so I understand kalau dekat dalam analysis Aiman, every week dia ada kata support, resistance, support and resistance. What is it exactly? Apa benda yang support resistance ni sebenarnya kalau kita cakap pasal technical analysis, right? In a simple terms, you boleh bayangkan support dan resistance ni adalah macam halangan untuk harga melepasi satu arah. Okay, contohnya kita ada retracement arah ke sini, ke bawah, right? Dan ini adalah halangan dia tak dapat melepasi ke sini, harga tak dapat melepasi sini, tak dapat melepasi 1755. Okay, dia goes here and then dia buat tukar arah. Okay, so in this case kita boleh conclude, okay, yang support adalah kecenderungan untuk harga bertukar arah, right? So every time it goes down then it rebounds, okay, harga tak boleh turun ke bawah, itu kita panggil support, right? It is supporting the price. Dia support harga tu. Dia harga tak boleh pergi lagi rendah dari tu. Okay, because of the demand. And FYI, a lot of people in this world memang pakai this trend line. So some of them bagi tahu the support and resistance ni adalah macam self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, because everyone is doing it, dan dia memang terjadi. Okay, so every time it reach near the line, dia akan rebound. Every time it reach near the line, dia akan rebound. Okay, so but when you draw a support and resistance, kita bukanlah hanya draw satu line je di bawah. Kita akan draw satu lagi line dekat atas, and that one we call it a resistance. Alright, maybe like this. Okay, so you can just copy kalau you nak, boleh copy and paste. Kalau nak copy dekat sini, I think you boleh tekan right click and then copy je. Okay, so you have that line, so you can just put it there. Okay, here. Okay, looks good. Okay, so kita ada warna merah. Kita boleh tukar color Kalau nak tukar color boleh tukar di sini dan dia ada pop up and you can change the color. Right. So kita boleh cakap yang the green one will support the price and the red one will resist the price. Okay, dia akan bertukar arah. So tengok pergerakan harga bukanlah beralun tapi dia macam zigzag. So tadi kita cakap pasal support kan. So on the bottom we call it the support, on the top we call it the resistance. Sama je konsep dia. Every time it goes up, okay, dia akan buat pertukaran arah turun ke bawah. Okay, because there's a resistance of price. Okay, and every time it goes up, it goes down again. So why is this important? Kenapa pentingnya benda ni? So the point is untuk kita at least there is no guarantee. Of course, when we talk about technical analysis, tak ada guarantee dan juga no such thing as prediction. Nobody can ever predict the market, right? But you can make a better decision, high probability that it will go up again. So yang paling penting kenapa kita nak kena tahu trendline ni adalah if you have a choice, right? I will ask a question then you guys can answer dekat dalam chat. Okay, if you have choice, right? Say you are about to buy a gold. You plan and then your friend tell you, okay, harga emas akan naik, right? Then you go to the chart and you look at from this April, dia naik dan juga ada turun sikit. Right? Lepas tu somewhere around April and then as it is move towards May, dia naik lagi. Right? Sikit nampak. Going up, going down, going up, right? So as a person who wanted to buy a gold, kat mana kita nak beli? Kita nak beli dekat contohnya, okay, kita dah tahu harga naik kan? Kita nak beli dekat A ataupun kita nak beli dekat B. Okay, semua mungkin boleh jawab dekat dalam chat box. Kita nak beli dekat A ke? Kita nak beli dekat B? Yeah, betul Dr. Nabil. Betul. Everyone says A. Yeah, betul. Of course kita nak beli dekat A kan? Kita nak beli dekat A because we know the price is going to be much lower. So kalau kita hover around, kita try hover kita punya ni, the price is around 1736. Sedangkan kat sini adalah 1760. Okay. Right, they are different of a price. So of course kita nak beli time the lower, right? So more likely kalau dia, and we know more likely kalau dia dah go to the resistance, dia akan rebound. More likely bila dia as it goes near the support pun dia akan tukar balik arah. So lebih baiklah kita beli harga pada A daripada kita beli harga pada dekat B. Okay? Oh no. Okay, so sekarang ni boleh buang balik. So same goes to the other security. This is not just limited to gold lah. Whatever you buy, of course you want to buy it at a lower price. Okay. Dan okay, jom kita try tengok yang lain pula. Kita ada kat sini. Okay, kalau you tadi dekat trend line, you boleh tekan dekat anak panah tu, you boleh buka, ada lagi banyak lagi tu yang you boleh pakai. Dan katakanlah salah satu tool ni you suka, you selalu pakai, you boleh tekan star. Contohnya, I tekan kat sini, ada star kan? Nanti dia terus automatic keluar kat sini. So boleh simpan dekat atas ke? So next time kalau nak pakai, I can just click whatever on top. For the trend line is easy. Tapi contohnya kalau horizontal line, sebab you kena buat double click kan, kena tekan kat sini, kena tekan sini. So you boleh try favorite je. then you don't have to open this again. Just click here, and then you can just pull. Alright. Okay. So panjangnya sekejap. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay. So on this starting from March 8, we are seeing a sideway. Tadi kita dah cover pasal sideway kan? Sideway. So ni adalah satu contoh sideway yang kita boleh tengok. Okay. So kita boleh draw dia punya support which is on the bottom dan juga punya resistance. Okay. Now, this one looks so simple, right? But tapi kalau kita scale down lebih detail, kita boleh pergi ke mungkin 2 jam chart. You boleh tengok dengan lebih jelas. June, not June. Okay. You akan lagi nampak banyak fluctuation yang terjadi kat dalam ni. So it is important that we determine the price action, right? So secara overall kalau kita tengok tadi hanya very simple kan. Tapi kalau kat sini kita boleh tengok lagi banyak lagi benda. So for example we talk about a support, right? A support which is on the bottom, but satu benda yang I need to tell you, all of you, every time the price go higher, alright, it penetrates a certain price, the support, the resistance will become the new support. Okay, so contohnya kat sini kita tengok daripada Mei. Alright, okay, kita tengok daripada sini ini adalah resistance dia yang sangat very, you can say obvious lah. Okay, obvious resistance, maksudnya daripada 8 Mac sehinggalah ke April, 8 April lebih kurang, harga tak dapat melepasi 1756. Alright, but okay, on 15 of April dia akhirnya melepasi 1756 right. So dekat sini of course tadi saya kata anggaplah support dan resistance ni adalah macam kecenderungan harga untuk bertukar arah kan, dan kita cakap kita boleh andaikan dia sebagai satu halangan, tapi dia bukanlah selama-lamanya dia akan jadi macam tu. Okay, because over time the market will react depending on the situation. So is either dia akan break out, bila dia break out dia akan buat the new trend. Okay, so in this case kita nampak daripada March, okay, pindah ke April, kita ada breakout, then dia buat new trend, right? Mula-mula dia hanya sideways je, mula downtrend, right? Downtrend, lepas tu start 8 March dia sideways sampailah ke 15 April dia finally keluar daripada dia punya resistance. So dekat sini bila dia dah keluar daripada dia punya resistance, which is this one, kita boleh kata once dia go up from the resistance, dia akan jadi the new support line, right? Dia akan become a new support line, means starting from 16 April, alright, bila harga jatuh sampai 1759, dia akan tukar arah, right? Dia akan jadi new support untuk the new trend, which is our uptrend lah yang tadi kita lukis. Okay, jelas mungkin boleh bagi feedback kat dalam group. Okay, thank you Rosnita. Alright, so I think we can go back to our slide. Oh, sorry. Oh, before we go to our slide, I have one more thing untuk share. So kita dah cover trend line, kita dah cover horizontal line, right? So sometimes kalau you nak senang, boleh juga buat horizontal line dekat sini. Contohnya dekat sini, klik, and then you boleh buat horizontal line. Okay, kat sini pun boleh juga. Okay, there are few ways you nak buat this line. Okay. Now, there is one more thing yang I think is equally important, especially for us, kita yang trade gold, on road to capai 2,200 kan, Dr. Asmadi, 2,200 US dollar per ounce, trade ounce.
Betul.
Okay, so on road to 2,200, there is one tool yang I think equally useful yang you boleh pakai adalah measurement tool. So for example, you nak measure daripada sini kita nak pergi ke 2,200, berapa banyak persen kenaikan. Okay, ada satu tool kat sini, just above the smiley face icon, you can click and then you can hover and look at the price range. Again, kalau you rasa benda ni berguna, you nak selalu pakai, you boleh tekan kat star, so dia akan automatically letak supaya senang you nak pakai next time. Right, so you boleh tekan sini and then you boleh tekan, katakanlah hijau ni harga sekarang, dan kita boleh tarik ke atas. So kita punya target 2,200. So very good. You see, very beautiful. Kita ada potensi kenaikan 16%. Very nice. Okay, so this is a good time for you guys to buy. Okay, so dan juga you boleh juga buat negatif penurunan. Okay, kalau you nak lah. Okay, untuk tahu berapa banyak dia turun. Alright. Okay, next thing is I think mungkin I bagi this one as extra lah. Actually I tak suppose tak cover pun dekat today punya session, tapi because I look at Aiman punya analysis, dia ada pakai juga, so mungkin boleh share dengan you guys. Selain kita tengok, kita look at the support and resistance, right? Kita juga boleh tengok indikator lain, right? Salah satunya yang saya tengok dalam analisis yang Aiman bagi adalah RSI. Some people use RSI, some people pakai stochastic. Apakah stochastic ni sebenarnya? Okay, stochastic is in a simple word, dia akan bagi tahu kita based on past data. Based on past data, there's a calculation happen behind. Dia akan plot the chart dan bagi tahu kita sama ada sekarang ni dah oversold ke, the market have oversold or overbought. Okay, so macam mana kita nak tambah dekat kita punya trading view? Okay, so you see on this stock kita ada FX, indicator and strategies. So just right next to compare symbol, tekan sini. I ada banyak indicator yang I favourite. Okay, so yang I told you about tadi adalah this one, stochastic. Actually sebenarnya the name itself is stochastic, tapi dia ada variasi lain yang orang buat, nama dia RSI. But more or less dia semua benda yang sama je. Bila Aiman cakap RSI is actually lebih kurang macam stochastic. Okay, so kita boleh pakai stochastic ni. So kalau you guys tak dapat jumpa, you boleh just type in STOCHAS IC. Alright, dia hanya stochastic saja. So biar I type in dekat chat supaya senang untuk you buka. Alright, and bila you dah jumpa, you ada nampak satu favorite ni kan. My suggestion is, because you dah sign up, so you boleh favorite. So next time kalau you nak refer, senang. Okay, just tekan je. So bila you tekan, kalau ada yang masalah untuk buka, bagi tahu saya. Okay, so bila you dah tekan, you akan nampak something dekat bottom yang macam ni. Alright, so biar kita try enlarge. Nampak tak? Okay, so just now I mentioned this is just a chart indicate sama ada the market have overbought or oversold. Okay, right. So every time it sits on the bottom below this 20, right, below 20, it means the market have oversold. All right. Every time it sits on top of above 80, it means the market have overbought. Dan juga kita kena faham stochastic ni it works just like a band, macam getah. Bila kita tarik, kita lepas kan, dia akan snap. So bila dia snap, dia akan change direction. So samalah juga macam stochastic. You see, pada March, okay, dia dah oversold market, and then as it progress to the mid of March, pertengahan March, 22 March, dia naik agak naik, alright, and then it has become overbought. So bila dia dah overbought, see dia akan turun balik. So that's why I'm giving the analogy of a rubber band. Dia akan bila kita tarik, kita lepas, dia akan tukar direction. Okay, so when we have overbought, of course eventually dia akan go back to oversold. Tapi yang paling penting yang kita nak tengok, apakah makna yang this line. Kita ada blue line, alright, dan juga kita ada red line. Okay, let's not go into very detail. Yang paling penting you know how to use this. Very simple. Okay, kalau kita tengok is the blue line, okay, kalau it goes above that red line, which in this case like this, okay, the blue line goes above the red line, maksudnya the buying is currently progressing. Okay, the buyer is dominating. Okay, but when we see a cross, the seller is dominating. Okay, when the red is on top of the blue, right? So kita boleh tengok kat sini pada 2 Jun ada banyak jual. So macam saya cakap kan, pada 3 minggu lepas, before Friday, people anticipate NFP report akan keluar. Jadi disebab itu ramai orang take profit. That's why I mention dekat dalam teknik candlestick dia, this is just a profit taking, alright? Not more, not less. But we overall are still in the uptrend. So itu salah satu ramai orang jual. And then eventually on the 3rd June, people buy back. Right? And then to this week, people are expecting the CPI punya data to come out, so people take some profit. And also based on Puan Ruhaida, dia kata sebab US dollar naik sikit kan, so some people take some profit. But now you see it's crossing again. So the blue line is going to cross. It's going to cross and move up further. Alright? It means once it's crossed, usually if the trend, of course the overall, kita kena tengok semua over market, usually it will indicate that there's a buying pressure, there is a buying, people are buying. Okay, all right. So okay, okay, ada satu soalan Dr. Nabil, EMA, exponential moving average. I don't know, I tak tahu sangat because I tak pernah pakai, tak selalu pakai lah EMA, alright. Tapi yang what I do know, selalunya EMA is orang pakai because dia exponential kan. Dia orang anticipate when there's a fast movement of the market. Normally orang akan pakai SMA lah, simple moving average. But dan juga yang satu penting, regardless of whatever things yang you pakai, kita kena faham having so many indicator, especially when we talk about gold, doesn't mean it's better, alright? It just because at the core kan kita cakap tadi kan, at the core of the technical analysis is the principle adalah price move in a trend, alright? Price move in a trend and history tends to repeat itself. Itulah the basis of TA. But we don't have something like macam whether it's a good an indicator or bad indicator. It's just maybe the combination of it yang you pakai, right? Tapi kalau for example Dr. Nabil ada something yang you boleh share, then maybe you can share with us lah, sebab I don't have so much experience using EMA 200 because trust me, when we talk about indicator, there's so many indicator. Even if you press here, you tengok there are so many indicator. We can't even people who are used to this trading, dorang kata memang ada some book yang share around 100 and 1000 of indicator. But whatever yang you are comfortable with, you understand, for me that's good, right? The good indicator is something yang you understand, you are able to use and understand what does it indicates to you. Okay. But thank you, Dr. Nabil. Thank you very much for sharing. Okay. So kita boleh balik kepada kita punya slide. Alright. Oh, I think I talk too much sampai dah terlepas slide. Sorry. Okay, so kita balik pada side. Okay, tadi kita dah cover, kita ada 3 sideway, uptrend and downtrend, and we understand how to at least identify whether the trend is going up, whether the trend is going to side, or whether the trend is going down, right? So as a summary, very important, every time uptrend, we look at a series of higher high and higher low, all right? So when there's a downtrend, we look at lower high and lower low. And when sideways, we have to understand that the low and the high are pretty much the same. There's no significant high ups and low and high. Okay, then we can consider it as a sideways. So ni pun kita dah cover tadi, support and resistance. Okay, it's always good, sangatlah bagus kalau kita beli pada when it's dipping, okay, when it's moving close to the trend line, right? And the overall trend is up. So there are certain terms, kalau as a trader diorang selalu cakap your trend is your friend, don't go against the trend. So this is what they meant. Itulah maknanya we always trade and we follow the trend. We never go against the trend, right? Even though, for example, you know that there's a good chance of the support, but the trend, you have draw your trend line, but the trend is going down, then it's quite, not so easy, we can say, not so easy to trade when the trend is going downtrend, but you try to buy at the low and sell at the high. Maybe you will, but you will get a little profit. Okay, and we are anticipating, insyaAllah, Quantum Metal soon akan allow untuk kita jual beli, and the price will move at 24/7, 24 jam kan? Betul ke, doktor? Hello?
Ya.
Yeah. Kita expect Quantum Metal akan implement the new system where kita boleh beli harga emas akan bergerak 24 jam kan?
Ya.
So when the time comes, then it is lagi bagus lah, lagi more opportunity for us untuk kita beli and act really fast, right? Understand when to buy, when to sell, right? Again, as I told you, support and resistance, very simple. So the support is basically whatever that supports the price can't go below than that, alright? And then the resistance is the price can't go above than that. So lastly, kita akan cover alert management. Sometimes I pakai alert management ni untuk because we like even when I started off, saya memang suka lah buka chat tengok chat tu macam tengok TV. Tapi at one point we have to realize that there is a smarter way for us to work, right? So salah satunya yang I think in my opinion lah, of course, in my opinion, yang I think is we can use the alert management to help us to open the chart only when it is needed, right? Only when the price reach certain level. So for example, if I'm planning to buy maybe here, right? I've drawn my trend line dan saya plan okay nak beli harga pada kat sini. Why not we set alert, right? So then we don't have to constantly buka and tengok chart lama-lama, and we also have another thing to do. And a good thing, once we set the alert, since you dah register, you boleh juga open the app from the phone, and then when it reach that price, bila dia capai harga tu, dia akan bagi kita notification. That's good, right? Okay, so how are we going to do it? Let's go. Saya share screen balik. So yang saya tunjuk kat slide ni, basically ada 3 tempat yang kita nak buat alert management. Satu adalah dekat sini, kat atas. Dekat atas kita punya chart, ada satu alert gambar macam alarm clock. Nombor kedua kita boleh buka dekat sini juga. Below kita punya watch list. Ketiga kita boleh buat directly dengan tekan plus button ni dekat chart, boleh add alert. Alright, so kita akan try satu-satu. Okay, so jom kita try yang pertama. Cara pertama is kita tekan sini, kita create alert, and then kita boleh letak value dia berapa. Contohnya katakan saya nak, kalau dia capai katakan 1880. Contohlah So boleh only once. Every time ni I think is only for premium user if I'm not mistaken. Let me just try. Boleh ke tak? Boleh. Okay, very good. Okay, so
ni sekarang tengok kat mana?
Tak nampak screen. Sorry. Share. Okay, nampak tak screen?
Nampak dah.
Alright, so the first way is kita tekan dekat atas ni, create alert dekat alarm clock, tekan, and then kita boleh, dia akan pop up, akan keluar, so dia akan suruh kita letak info lah. So in this case, maybe we hope the price will go to 1880. Sekarang 1890, katakan 1880, bagi saya notification. Right, so you can just type it in here. So this is crossing. There are so many, for example, many condition yang boleh tak. But yang selalunya I pakai adalah crossing lah. Bila dia cross je, terus bagi tahu kita. Dia capai je harga 1800, 1880, terus bagi tahu kita. Okay, so you boleh pilih option only once or every time. Alright. Dan juga you boleh letak expiration time ataupun okay. This is a premium feature lah. Kalau you nak buat open ended, maksudnya setiap kali dia capai tu, dia akan bagi tahu kita. Tapi kat sini tak boleh, dia kena letak expiration time. So maksudnya kalau dia tak capai sampai tempoh yang dia letak kat sini, then dia akan stop lah bagi you notification. Right. Dan juga dia ada feature untuk you boleh send email. Alright. Notify on app, this is by default, dia akan notify on app, show pop up pun boleh. Okay, and then you boleh letak lah, contohnya harga emas runtuh, boleh letak situ. Okay, and then create. Right, bila you dah create, kat mana you nak manage, nak tengok balik. Okay, so on the bottom of this below this watch list, you boleh klik, and then you boleh tengok lah harga emas runtuh, nampak ni dia tunjuk. And in fact dia ada tunjuk indication kat situ. I think you boleh tukar warna dia kalau you nak. just double click. Oh, I think tak boleh kot. Sorry. Boleh ke nak tukar warna?
Can.
Oh, okay, tak apalah. Tak boleh tukar warna. Tapi at least we know this is the indication. So you boleh dekat sini kalau tekan you boleh manage semua alert yang you letak. Tapi this is a bit sad thing lah. However, alert ni kita hanya boleh pakai untuk at one particular time, hanya satu je. Kita tak boleh pakai banyak-banyak sebab kita guna free account.
Kena beli lah.
Kena beli lah. So, kalau siapa yang you know serious kan. In fact macam I think mungkin Dr. Nabil maybe he is also a trader outside. Kalau you bukan just buat emas. Macam I pun buat trading juga. But I pun tak beli. So you boleh belilah if you think you gonna use a lot of features. Tapi kalau yang free account ni dia hanya limitkan satu je alert at one particular time. Alright, so you tak boleh lah set banyak-banyak harga. Kalau you nak set banyak harga, you kena stop dulu, kena tukar. Just tekan kat sini, tukar. Alright. So bila you sign in dekat phone you, next time at least kalau dia dah drop kat situ, especially bila Aiman ada bagi tahu kita kan, kita expect mungkin dalam next coming week dia akan move sideways ataupun mungkin dia akan retrace sikit, then we set lah at least based on Aiman punya analysis kan. So kita letak kat situ, kita set, hopefully kalau dia turun, that's a good sign. We work smarter than a lot of people. Okay. So now currently this is the active one lah. Okay. I think besides that, let me just show you some things. Okay, tadi kita dah cover watchlist. Of course, ni cepat untuk you navigate between different charts. So I can just click here and then see, cepat. Next. Kalau I dah selalu buka, I can just open without having to search many times. Okay, so we have to work smarter. And then here is the alert management, right? And then this is log, which is apa yang dah jadi sebelum ni, yang kita dah contohnya kita punya alert dah triggered, so dia akan log dekat sini, right? And then this is a news. Maybe this is also a good source for you, so that you tak perlu nak pergi banyak semua tempat untuk do your market study. So this is site you boleh terus tekan and then dia terus bawa pergi ke news. So of course it must be related to whatever that you invest. So, contohnya kita beli gold, okay? Gold bila pergi kat news, you see straight away you boleh tengok semua market pasal news. And okay, for example, the prime minister, whatever it is, this is good. You tak perlu nak keluar pun, you boleh just baca kat sini, lagi bagus. Terus boleh baca. Alright. So a good investor or a good trader is always the one who seeks information, who always stay ahead of the market. If you want to stay ahead of the market, you always try to get information as much as you can. Alright. So apa yang dibuat oleh Puan Nur Haidah, dia punya sharing everyday tu, yang market movement, market news tu, itu sangatlah penting. I can say is very very good lah, very good. It's not easy for you to do that, and I can say it's for you to do this technical analysis is not so difficult. Over time, bila you practice, you can. But that one, it's not so easy. If you have someone like that, you should be blessed, and you should, be close to them and say thank you to them, because for those people, dia kena faham macroeconomic, they have to understand how to look at the data, and those are not so easy thing. This is based on my personal opinion lah, because this world, dunia ni sangatlah bising. It's too loud. Yeah, so many people wants to talk, but you as a person who do investment or trading, you need to know what information you want to select. What is important here? What kind of data that will move the price above? So that being said, sama lah juga bila kita buat for example technical analysis. Adakah technical analysis hanya semata-mata kita punya strategi? Bukan. Okay. Technical analysis bagi kita understand the trend, the history, the psychology of the buyer and seller. So for example macam ni, kita ada strong selling, right? But as it move, as kita ada strong selling on the 3rd June, but before that kan kita ada 17 Mei, the price is very strong, the volume is very strong, what volume dia, but as we move progress to the end of May, you see the buying is lower and lower. You see the candlestick lebih kecil. Okay, so it means it shows that the buying pressure is low, right? So itulah benda yang we can understand. There's like a story when we look at the chart, but that doesn't mean technical analysis is the only way for you to do trading and to do investment. Okay, because they are more than that. Dan antara benda yang penting adalah yang itulah yang Dr. Azmadi share tu dekat dalam grup, CPI data, so the US dollar makin rendah. Those are the thing yang will move the market. Alright, and before I end, I would like to share with you, bila you nak buat study contohnya benda macam tu, dekat sini pun bagus, I pun baru sedar, dekat sini pun bagus, you boleh baca macam-macam. And of course Puan Ruhaida punya sharing tu sangatlah bagus, dia dah simplify kan. Dan for myself personally, I also have my own source of study, right? Depending on you, if you are a visual learner, alright, or what is it called? Kalau you are more to reading, alright, you are more to watching a video, listening, or you are more to reading, alright. So I will give you on the chat punya side. So I akan bagi you 2 different source yang I do my own study. So kalau Kitco, so you boleh pergi kat sini Kitco. So Kitco ni very good. Dia banyak analysis and analyst yang bagi opinion on the, especially on the precious metal. Alright. So you boleh pergi ke sini, I boleh copy kat sini. Visual. So this is a good for you to do market study. Ini Dr. Nabil ada share dekat sini. FA gold dah tak perlu study tuan. Kurang dah satu kerja. Ya betul. But we have to understand FA because especially when you do a stock market, FA is important for you to look at the company punya statement, company punya produk, untuk kita faham fundamentally the company is strong ke tak. So kita boleh buat evaluation whether this is a good company or lousy company. Alright. But when we talk about gold, it is not a company, but gold relates so much with the economic movement. Alright, macam baru-baru ni the sentiment was US dollar is going down, right? What causes the US dollar is going down? Many things. Salah satunya the employment rate, the NFP, the interest rate. So those are the things yang I recommend for you guys to do your market study. Of course, we still have people dekat dalam group yang akan share, simplify. But if you want to do your own study pun, it's no harm. It's good for you, right? So Kitco is good for you to do reading. In fact, they also have YouTube channel. So YouTube, if I go to YouTube, alright, kita boleh type Kitco. Alright, so Kitco News on the YouTube. Copy link, I paste here dekat dalam chat. Visual learner. Okay, YouTube channel. This is also good. Kalau you are more to you will learn better when you look at video or audio. Then go to Kitco YouTube channel. The other one, I really like it. I follow every week. They call it a Gold and Silver Club. Kenapa? Because the news or the event yang dia bagi tahu, because at the end of the day it is the major event yang akan terjadi dekat market yang akan menyebabkan harga ni naik atau turun banyak. So we call it a gold and silver club. I really like this. I selalu follow dan memang most of the time benda yang dia cakap memang betul. This guy, he talks about the research based, dia kata research based market, right? Dia kata instead of we just rely on the outdated technical analysis, we also look at the data, right? We look at what are the major events that happen in the market. Dan dia bagusnya kalau you guys tengok video dia, you boleh stay ahead of the market. Dia simplify kan apa yang akan jadi next week, apa yang akan jadi end of the month, right? So this will be good for you to do further study lah. So all in all, if I can conclude, technical analysis is good, but it must be coupled with the market study. You must have a very strong market study to really back up whether the price is going to continue go up or not, right? For the time being, the worry point for a lot of people who are in this commodity market and also the precious metal adalah sama ada how soon the US government akan naikkan start tapering the interest rate, start naikkan interest rate. Sebab sekarang ni they keep interest rate at zero to stimulate the economy, but when they start to taper with the interest rate, maybe time tu dah, maybe it's too late for you to even invest in gold or silver. Who knows? I don't know, maybe. Alright, so the point is maybe, but of course you have to do further study. So I guess for tonight ini sajalah dari perkongsian. Thank you to everyone for attending the session. Hopefully the knowledge will be beneficial for you, and all the best to you. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you Nabil, thank you Husnita, Rizani, thank you Tarmizi, Marlina, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, terima kasih Huzaifah. Alhamdulillah kita dapat sama-sama belajar asas-asas untuk melihat graf ni. Ada soalan nak buat, nak tanya, boleh tanyalah. Kita bagi 10 minit lagi. Alright.
Semua orang dah mengantuk nak tidur.
11.
Lama sangat cakap sorry lah.
Assalamualaikum, nak tanya.
Ni bankers.
Correlation antara US punya currency dengan kita punya gold tu kan. Kalau compare kedua tadi, tengok trend untuk US punya tu macam kita macam sideways lah. Macam apa pandangan you? Sebab I tengok bila kita masukkan dia punya chart 2 tu, potential apa tu US dollar akan naik kan?
For now, no. For now, because the worry point is the interest rate. The interest rate is kept at 0%. So not so soon lah. Not so soon lah. So the government is planning to stimulate the economy. Sebab kalau dia naikkan interest rate, then there will be less people who possess the money, and then there will be less transaction in the economy, in the market. When there's less transaction, since the rule is one person income is another person, one person expenses is another person income, then those rules will not be applied anymore. Then there will be a slow growth of economy.
So I lebih comfortable kalau 6 months lagi lah, maksudnya dari segi keyakinan untuk 6 bulan lagi memang boleh naik. Tapi above 6 months ada possible lagi ke another 6 months mesti ada fluctuate dah tapi go naik lagi?
Maksudnya hujung tahun lah?
Saya confident hujung tahun memang boleh naik.
Betul?
Tapi after December this year, ada possible US punya tu akan ada pergerakan ke macam mana?
Oh, kalau you nak tahu forecast, kalau you baca yang Kiko tadi I share, the
Yalah.
analyst punya target sampai 3,000 ada.
Yo.
3,000 per ounce.
So
But-
they expect another 1 year lagi lah.
Of course, yes. But dia punya expectation tu adalah long term kan. And of course, I personally pun I ada beli silver juga. I ada trade silver. Silver pun sekarang harga dia $27. We are going to $30, right? Kalau gold, the previous high was 2,000. We are going to 2,200. For silver, we are going to $30. In fact, the prediction says once we hit 30, dia akan pergi 50. And then once he hits 50, dia boleh pergi sampai $150. But we do not know, right? Nobody knows. Nobody can predict the market. But for yang paling kuat, pandangan yang paling kuat adalah yang Dr. Asmadi share, 2,200.
Yeah, I confident dengan Dr. Asmadi.
Yes. So kalau you look
Terima
at
kasih.
I don't know lah, macam myself is I always believe in the approach of science, right? Bila
Betul.
science cakap, dia buat keputusan melalui konsensus. And science
So bagi I elemen biasa-biasa ni jangan sibuk sangat nak tengok lah. Just tunggu, beli sekarang, masa beli and then kita expect another 6 months memang going up lah. Itu je lah dalam kepala kita, tak perlu nak hari-hari nak tengok chart buat pening kepala.
Ya, betul. Pasal elite list. Elite tu.
Let worse. Weh.
Nak jual bila? Nak jual 2,000 ke 2,100 ke? Dia macam ni, kalau kita expect 2,200, jangan jual at 2,200.
Betul.
2,190.
Betul. In fact, saya ada attend. Actually masa I start, I ada spend satu course dekat Udemy, the professional trading course. Dia orang pun bagi tahu, dia company, dia CEO company tu, dia mengajar. Dia kata I have a lot of worker who do the trading, professional trading 24/7. Maksudnya full time 24/7. Full time trading. If I know, if one of you, right, if sell or maybe take profit at the round price, maksudnya harga genap, I will fire them. If they know the price is going to reach $30, they sell at $30, I will fire them. Sebab there will be a lot of people who is going to sell at that price. So you got to be a little bit smart lah. But of course, unless if the market is going to go higher and higher, we do not know. But for now, the consensus yang paling kuat adalah 2,200 lah, based on the bank. And we simply know that usually bank, they don't just make decision like that. They must have a lot of ways to look at the data and to really do their own research lah.
Betul. Tapi anak buah Dr. Asmadi semua 2,200, saya duduk bawah sikit lah.
Takut kami pula yang nanti. Takut because you punya emas tu terlalu banyak, you jual terus turun semua.
Satu lagi nak tanya, kita memadai dah pakai free version kan, tak perlu subscribe benda ni. Saya rasa.
Betul.
Tak perlu.
Saya pun membadi pakai ni saja sebab saya pun buat juga trading tapi saya tak ada pun beli.
Tapi saya tengok kat Shopee tu jual RM8 je dia punya.
Itu saya tak nak promote lah. Itu kalau ni boleh share lah. Tapi saya tak tahu.
Saya baru check ni, RM8 je dia jual.
Tapi dia punya pro feature tu bagus lah sebab in fact kadang-kadang saya dengan Aiman kita buat discussion bukan saja tengok ni kan, kita boleh tengok macam dia ada banyak indication kat dalam ni. Kita boleh tengok Dow Jones average, kita boleh tengok US punya Nasdaq, US punya CPI punya measurement, inflation punya measurement. So dekat situ kita boleh buat comparison. So it's nice lah, you have one place untuk buat semua benda tu. So kalau you think is premium, is good for you, you have time, then you have a willingness to learn, you want to know more, then okay. Do it, right? Why not? It's something good for you, and in fact, in a long term, the knowledge will still be beneficial for you, right?
Okay, terima kasih banyak. Semoga ilmu bermanfaat untuk kita semua. Terima kasih Dr. Asmadi.
Ini ada komen? Soalan? Need time to chew all this. Betul lah tu.
Betul.
Mungkin this first time kan. Pening lah sikit.
So because I think if I can simplify, this is more to, of course, knowledge. And when the knowledge, dan juga bila I bring you to TradingView, straight away it become a skill, not knowledge anymore, right? Skill. Looking at the chart and everything, that's a skill. So we know skill usually it takes time for you to pick up. But once you get it, no, it's not going to be so difficult. Inshallah, you can. I believe in all of you. The fact that you guys made it until today, to really join and listen and have a willingness to learn pun shows that you have that you have the urge to learn. So I don't see any obstacles for you to really understand this. Okay.
Okay, for your information, Aiman dan Huzaifah ni adalah sepupu. Dan dia orang baru start sebenarnya, baru bulan 11 kan, on this trading after presenting Rich Dad and Poor Dad book to me. Kita orang ada buat pertandingan presentation of book Rich Dad and Poor Dad 10 minit and then 10 minit soal jawab dengan saya. So lepas tu lah kita decide untuk masuk stock market because of the saranang daripada buku tu. So when we do a stock market, lepas tu datang dengan mas ni senang lah cerita.
Ya, betul.
Okay.
Mungkin doktor in the long term pun mungkin kita akan discover another security market.
Yeah.
Stock market boleh share.
Kita open to any other investment.
Betul?
Dok, saya rasa dari segi cycle ekonomi sekarang siapa ada duit boleh pilih-pilih blue chip stock lah. Just selective stock. And then jangan panik-panik stock. Blue chip boleh pilih lah. Siapa yang ada duit lah. Macam kita tengok aja dulu. Tapi time to buy lah saya rasa. Tapi jangan stock yang panik-panik. Stock blue chip boleh belilah. Compare.
Stock sekarang ni tengah macam bottom lah. Jadi kalau ada duit memang okey lah, bagus lah beli yang strong punya company lah.
Kalau support Malaysia pun boleh, support beli Asia.
Asia dah parah dah tu.
Asia
dia akan naik lepas COVID dah tak ada, dia akan naik. So it's good time to buy lah basically.
Okay,
ini ada question atau soalan? Ada komen ke apa ke?
Actually, saya rasa siapa yang tak pernah tengok chart ni memang dia huru-hara sikit lah.
Pening lah.
Pening. Tapi bila dah bagi masuk TradingView tadi, software yang free, kita boleh main-main dululah. Main-main. Mungkin next ramai yang soal lah.
Ya, betul.
Nak
soal pun susah ya.
Nak buat trend line. Saya ni dah tinggal dekat 20 tahun dah lama tak main chart ni. Tapi ada ingat sikit-sikit lah. Bolehlah lagi stochastic, candlestick, doji, belum ingat lah dia punya jargon-jargon tu. Tapi nak buat lagi, rupanya dah ada free-free ni senang rupanya. Tak tahu ada yang free.
Sebelum keluar, tolong isi borang form.
Kat mana Kalin tak? Dekat mana?
Dekat chat ni.
Dekat chat.
Letak balik bawah. Sekejap.
Kelak Saudagar hantar ni.
Ah.
Okey.